This is Tuck with Tuck GC. I'm out in Falls Church, Virginia, and you see we have one of these beautiful large-scale CG9D aprons in front of us. Now at this project, we did concrete work all throughout, stonework up front, stonework in the back. This is a very extensive job, so if you want to see some nice stonework and stuff, stick around. Unfortunately, this is going to be a fairly long video. But before I get in the back, I want to touch base on this apron here. Now you've seen a lot of my apron videos, so I'm not going to discuss the detail much here, but what I'm going to talk about is something we actually went a little wrong on. And we do dozens of these a year, hundreds and hundreds of these throughout our career, and 99% of them go smooth and everything's good. But everybody makes mistakes sometimes. And basically, because we had a lot of work here with driveways, patios, all kinds of stuff, this was a multi-day job, and we decided to basically pour the apron, or the driveway, sorry, up to here where the apron starts on both sides. And that particular day when we were setting those form boards, unfortunately I had some family business to attend to. My foreman did as well, and we were trusting some of our laborers to get this right. The next day we should have checked it again with the grades, but basically the boards were set in the wrong place. So when you're looking at this apron from that point in the curb to this point to where the theoretical sidewalk would start, this point is level, and then from here there's only 1 inch of slope. Well, the form boards were a little low here. We poured the driveway, didn't realize it, and then we came back to do the apron. The apron ended up having a little bit of negative slant to it and some water collecting. So instead of calling in the inspection and failing, we just told the client, hey, give us a little time. I basically signed him a letter saying we would fix it, and we came back, saw cut into the driveway there, re-sloped it, lifted this up, and made the apron the proper levels. So it's a lot better. First of all, just appearance wise, you could almost tell before something wasn't right. The water's flowing better now and everything's correct. So the reason why I'm doing open disclosure and telling you this is when something does go wrong, we come and make it right. This is a great client of ours. He's been very happy with everything so far, and once this color cures, this was just poured a couple days ago, you'll see almost matching color here. But let's take a look at some of the pretty stuff. We did this really cool design. The client, kind of had some design work done themselves with an outside designer, and then we kind of threw our 2 cents in to tweak it a little bit. So we kind of shrunk this up at one point. See this beautiful flagstone, man, it looks good. We're going to come back and do the self-leveling caulk at this seam because that's very prone to cracking. That's not done yet. That'll be done here in about 2 weeks. You can see the flagstone is just gorgeous. I always talk about this, man. My guys do better joints than anybody in the market. I never see joints this tight. Usually people use those big uneven joints. You can see this is just fantastic work. I always like doing the thermal stones on any of my thresholds. We cut out the ugly concrete there, did stone on the threshold. You see we have the thermal border the whole way around, and it's just so much nicer to do that. Gives you those nice, clean, thick edges. Let's walk around to the back. Before I walk around to the back, I forgot one thing, sorry. The original driveway was over there. So we actually demoed that driveway out right behind my truck right there. You can see that new curb and gutter. That's where the old apron was. So we were able to completely demo that out, change the look of the house because it was in front of the house, bring the big wide driveway over here since they had the room and the grading, and then all their electric stuff was over here, and it was easier to get his Tesla connection here. And that was part of the project. So sorry I missed that on the first part of the video. Going to the rear, same thing. We'll do that self-leveling caulk there. Same beautiful flagstone work coming back. Through the gate, we had to reset this gate and a couple things as part of the job. You can see back here, trash can pad and stuff. The homeowner's still getting everything in order. He's got a shed coming in, so that's why it's a little bit messy back here. But once the shed comes in, all this will be cleaned up. We did the shed pad here. A lot of grading was changed here to make this work. This actually has the little continuous turn down footing below it. Bunch of grading in the yard to create the swell and have the water run around. This is kind of a temporary thing the owner put in. We actually have plans to come back maybe at a later date and put in a hardscape flagstone, or maybe like a stepping stone, big flagstone pieces with a base and everything. But it looks really nice, and it gets you around the side here. So let's walk over to the big section here. It's a nice big patio, 600-700 square feet. Grading was really tricky because again it went into this hill, so we had to dig out a lot of dirt here, drop this down. You can see the pipes coming out with the water draining on this because unfortunately the house was so low, the only way we could pitch it was this way, so we had to pitch into the wall. We try to avoid that when we can, but unfortunately we always can't. Homeowner had 2 brand new doors put in. We coordinated with Pella to put in the thresholds and everything with the door install. So that was a coordination point between a third party. Again, gorgeous Flagstone, man. This was a really nice pallet, really nice color. My guys are really good about taking the color and distributing it out. Got the low voltage transformer over there with the sensor and everything. Old transformer is still there in case they use it, but our new one is the shiny volt one there with the conduit. Got low voltage lighting the whole way around the seating wall. You see the thermal caps just like the front. Now this is my favorite part over here. I love when you can break hardscaping up. You know, a lot of people just put their big patio in one area, but man, it's so cool to have this little seating over here off to the side with a beautiful fire pit. You got plenty of room where you got the seating wall. Now their design was to kind of space this out a little more. Like sometimes we put the seating wall really close here to where you can just kind of sit next to the fire. But in this case, you have the ambient, you know, seating around, and you can still put in chairs like they have. We did run the low voltage lighting all the way over here. Super cool feature. And we did a nice big fire pit. So you could get a big fire going out here. But this is what we do, folks. We came in and we basically used my concrete crew to do all the heavy lifting. I think we had about 5 days with the concrete crew in prep, digging, excavation, pouring the slabs. And then the stone crew, man, they were out here for probably almost 2 weeks doing all this detail. So this was probably about a month-long project, all said and done. And, you know, tons of work. I mean, we're talking 50, 60 yards of concrete, all this flagstone. And a very good project for us. So we're glad this client trusted in us, especially working through the details with this apron up front. But I really think this job came out quite nicely with all the hardscaping around. And now they got big plans to come in, landscape this whole area, restore all the grass. And when this is all said and done, you come back here in another year, man, it's going to look fantastic. Well, sorry for the big, long, rambling video, but I had a lot of detail to cover here. But as you see, this is a beautiful project, lots of concrete work, stone work, and we were able to put all this hardscaping and concrete work in at one time, get a nice economy of scale pricing for this homeowner, and save them some good money instead of phasing this out. So give us a call for any of your projects, whether it's a small driveway, small patio, or you're doing something really big like this, we can handle it. Take care, have a good day.